is the pest control, okay? Because they're so prolific and because we are taking away a lot of their wild area, guess what? You know, bees want to survive too. Bees matter as well. Bees' lives matter. So they are moving into our urban areas. And phenomenally enough, Johannesburg, one of the main cities in South Africa, is known as one of the metropolitan jungles of the world. Okay, it's got so much prolific sort of life in all the gardens and everything in and around Johannesburg metropolitan area, which is so potent with sort of foodstuffs from the bees readily available, that they're moving in, they're relocating, you know, they're moving into the city life, man. You know, who wants to do this stuff out in the field and you can live in the city and there's your crop right there, you know, right on your doorstep. Cheers, I'm drinking some coffee in my recyclable cool cups. Woo, made out of bamboo. Yes, for the Environment and Earth Day and Bee Day, we love you. Right, so they're moving into the city, okay? And when they do that, you know, it's sometimes quite difficult to coexist with bees. They are aggressive, or they can be aggressive. They are dangerous. There is a risk to having them in the city. And in South Africa, there are bylaws, which I would, you know, implore you to look those up in your city, because you may have them and you may not. But in Johannesburg and most of South Africa, actually, there are bylaws where you can't keep bees in an urban area unless there's very specific kind of things that we talk about on our course, on our training. But please do look that up if you're considering getting into bees, or if you already are in bees. Make sure that you see into your bylaws, because what you don't want to have happen is have somebody get stung on your watch, basically. They will blame you because you're the one with the bees. You keeping the bees, it's your bee that stung them, okay? No matter how much you tell them that it wasn't, or you don't know if it was, nobody's carrying out a permit at this stage saying, well, I belong to so-and-so, number 248 Maple Avenue, okay? They don't do that. But pest control then comes into play. And the problem is that there are a lot of there are a lot of pest control companies that are honorable and respectful to bees, and they don't do terminations, but there are a lot that do. So if you get involved with pest control, or you're already involved with pest control, hopefully you're going to be one of these that we can convert, one of the pest controls that do terminations, and convert you to people that will practice non-terminations where necessary, where possible. And I mean, let's talk a little bit of numbers. Pest control in South Africa, right? Southern Africa is going to range, a starting price is going to be anywhere from about 750 Rand up to 3,500, 4,000 Rand, depending on the job. Some jobs require scaffolding. You're up on roofs, you need ropes, you are having to break down chimneys or break into walls. And that price, by the way, doesn't include the repairs or the the replacement of that, whatever that, cavity was, to get the cavity, to get access to the bees, okay? That's just the call-out fee and the actual professional service that would need to be paid. What are we talking about in dollars? Well, I would say probably a starting price of about $50 anywhere up to about $500, maybe even a bit more, in terms of currency, so that everybody knows more or less what we're talking about here. But one of the top things you're going to get when you're doing pest control, right, is, don't you get the bees for free? Shock horror. No, because you need a hive to put them in. You need a car or a vehicle to get to the place where the bees are, right? I need all the equipment to go with that. I have to have insurance, okay? There are fees involved, just like any pest controller, bee remover, right? And if I'm lucky, if I've experienced enough, if I've done the job, and hopefully you've got experience and you've done some training and you've done lots of reading and you've actually practiced, you've maybe mirrored somebody else and gone out with them when they do bee removals to learn on the job. You actually have a chance. You have about an 80% chance of actually finding the queen. It's not foolproof. It's definitely not foolproof. And at the end of the day, that means that the colony still is worthless in a sense. It's not worthless, but but it struggles without a queen, right? And you could lose the queen in the process too, all right? But anyway, long story short, there is an income, there is an industry. Not only then are you saving bees, but you get to increase the stock of bees in your apiary yourself, or you could sell them on. It's another option. You will get honey most likely from that bee removal as well. Usually what I do when I'm doing bee removals, I'll give the customer a tub of honey as well and say, thanks very much. This is for all your hard suffering with living with the bees, you know, and enjoy the rewards and so on and so forth. And if they're lucky, maybe I'll say, you know, lucky you didn't get stung today. You know, you have insurance now. You paid for a bit of what do you call it? Suffer pay. You know, no suffer pay for you. Okay, and yeah. So anyway, so that's something that I would normally do. But yeah, there's costs involved with that. Okay, pest control. There's an industry there.